Hey guys, so today we are going to be ranking and making a tier list for all legendary finish animations in the game. I did do one of these videos. This was prior to Legends Fest 2023. So what I did is I pulled up my rankings that I had at the time, and this is what they look like. I think what we'll do is we'll start by going through all of the Legends Limited characters that released since I made this list. Starting with the 2023 Legends Fest characters. We'll go through all the characters that we've gotten since then, and then I'll probably go through the tiers and probably rearrange some of the rankings here, because there is such a thing as like animation power creep, where typically newer characters do have better animations than older characters. And I think as we go into the 7th anniversary, we will start to see some really crazy animations, especially if they take full advantage of the newly updated app, right? We have the new RAM requirement, the almost tripled RAM requirement, which should allow them to get a lot more assets into these animations. So we'll see what happens, but we'll go ahead and just start here with the Part 1 characters from Legends Fest 2023. You have Evolution Blue Vegeta and Blue Kaioken Goku and Transforming Beast Gohan. Now, something that actually was pretty crazy to me is I have been looking for like just a playlist of LF animations. And there isn't one up to date. There is no up to date like playlist of just like short LF animations for each character. Actually, pretty mind blowing that I could not find that. I'm going to be using this person's video, Cienix, whatever you say this, but shout out to them for actually having like everything up to date in here. So we're going to be using this, and he has bookmarks here so we can go through these characters. I do have it paused here at the first character we're going to take a look at. I think it's just better to have all the animations actually show so we can all look at this at the same time here. So we'll start with this character. The tiers, by the way: amazing, great, good, decent, bad, awful, and diarrhea. We'll see how this goes here. So we'll start with Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta first. Okay, so that's them. I don't think they have an overly insane one, but it's definitely not bad. Where are the tag 4s? Where did I put them? Yeah, really, I put them in bad. They're the ones that I would compare this to, but these guys have much more impact, I feel like, on the actual animation itself. I think it's much better executed. Definitely going to have them with the tag 4s. How do they stack up to the ones in decent? I'd say they're probably better than these. Better than like this guy. These guys only really have a good like finished screen with like the split screen. I like the way they did that, but other than that, the animation itself wasn't very good. It's probably like somewhere in good, I would say. I'd probably rank it somewhere in good. Better or worse than 2nd anniversary LF Vegito Blue? Probably better. I'd probably put it like right here next to Sword of Hope Trunks. I think this is probably a good spot for this. Again, not really insanely good, but certainly not bad. So let's move on to Red Beast Gohan. Yeah, this is just... This is just like a much better version of the Blue Beast. I thought Blue Beast LF was good. This is better for sure. By quite a lot, right? It probably makes it into great. I think it's pretty good. They nailed the actual special beam cannon. They put the extra effort there into like getting Pan actually in the animation. You know, sort of like jumping on top of Gohan there at the end. I do like that touch. This is something that we would typically see from like a big celebration character animations. Like this part here would not be added to the character, I don't think, if he wasn't part of like a major celebration. So who do I think he's better than? Probably, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to move some of these around because Some of these should not be in great, I don't think, anymore. I think he probably fits somewhere in here, right? Like, kind of like the Namek Goku Grade 8 Vegeta level. I'd probably put him, like, over here, next to First Form Frieza. I think he looks good over here. Certainly just a better version of this one, so. Okay, next we have Goku and Bardock. All right, I think it's pretty good. I don't know how much I want to knock it for essentially reusing the summon animation. For Dragon Fist, they did the same thing, but I didn't really knock Dragon Fist for that at all. I have him pretty high up in great, which I think is he's deserving of that spot because I do think that animation is very good. But Dragon Fist, I'm going to put him there. I don't think it's as good as Dragon Fist, definitely not. Does it deserve to be in great? It probably is like upper good, is what I'd give it. Again, probably like somewhere over here-ish. Blue, is it better than Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta's animation that we just watched? I don't know, it's kind of similar. I think it's probably just a little better. Like the combo in the beginning is really cool. And yeah, I get it's part of the summon animation, but I'd probably put it like behind Yellow Bardock, upper good. I think that's a decent spot for that. All right, next we have GT Spirit Bomb Goku, it looks like. I think this animation kind of embodies this character pretty well because it's like super boring and generic. But the windscreen is nice, right? I think them getting Shenron into the windscreen, having him kind of like jump on top of Shenron, I do like that, but this is like decent at best. I'd probably put this in decent at best. Like this is low decent, I would say. Or maybe even bad. Is it bad? Is this worse than... Yeah, no, I think it isn't bad. It's worse than like... Yeah, no, this is definitely bad. This is deserving of going in bad. I think I'd put it like here, under Blue 17. It's pretty underwhelming. It's literally just like, because the LF animation doesn't actually start until the Kamehameha hits. So we get to like... This is where the animation actually starts, right here. So it's like literally just him floating up with the Spirit Bomb. And then throwing the Spirit Bomb. That's the entire thing. And then besides the windscreen, right? So yeah, it's probably like here somewhere in bad. We'll put him there. Super 17 is next. I remember this one being pretty good. Alright, here's where the animation starts. Yeah, that looks really cool. Yeah, they did a good job with this. I mean, that's really exactly how that attack went in the series. It's at least like higher good. Does it make it into great? Super 17. Is Super 17's LF better than this? Yeah, probably. It's probably like here. Better than Super Gogeta. I think the quality is better. I think the quality on Super 17's LF is better than the quality on Super Gogeta's LF. Super Gogeta's LF is like 1-to-1 with the anime, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like they could have made it more impactful. It doesn't really feel super impactful. So I'm gonna put this here. I think Super 17 does a better job of making it feel more like it has like weight behind it. So I'll put him there. I think this is a good animation. Super Vegeta. Okay. Yeah. I think it's solid. There's one part that I really wish they would have included. Let me just rewind it for a second here. So like right here, I think what they should have done is they should have zoomed out. And remember when Vegeta is actually charging the final flash, it has like those lightning flashes like go out onto the battlefield. I think they should have done that. That would have added a lot to this. And the fact that they didn't do that kind of takes away from like the grandness of the final flash. But I think it's a solid animation, right? I mean, it's you got some like comboing parts in the beginning. I actually do like the beginning of this. I think, oops, I passed it. Hold on. I think that part where he does like the instant transmission looking thing, that looks pretty good. I do like that effect that they added on that. I think it's pretty solid. But they definitely held back on what this could have been. Final Flash is like super iconic attack. Yeah, and then like the post LF windscreen is pretty good. I think it's pretty good, but again, they could have took it to another level if they just added like a few more angles, zoom outs, and a few extra things. Does it make it into great? It's probably around like the Super 17 level, but it could have been better, right? And I'm just judging that from how the attack was perceived and portrayed in the series. Probably like here-ish. It was pretty great. It could have been like here. It really could have been top of great if they added some stuff to it, but or maybe even amazing. But yeah, I'll put it like right here for now, and maybe we'll shift it around later. Okay, so we have Super Baby 2 next. Yeah, this looks good. It really does feel very similar to Grade 8 Vegeta's for obvious reasons, but I think they did a good job with it. I think you really feel like the punches are pretty impactful. He's moving around the screen even though he's like a big character. Yeah, I feel like he's like kind of right here with Vegeta. I'm gonna put him one above Vegeta because I think the movements are a little bit more fluid for Baby than I think they were with Vegeta. So I'm gonna put him a little above him, but they're very, very similar. So I'm just gonna put him right next to him. Pretty good animation from Baby. Then we have the Nappa into Vegeta. Yeah. This kind of reminds me of the Final Flash that we looked at earlier, and the reason why is because this is like a super watered down version of what this could have been, right? When he's charging the Gallic Gun, hold on. This scene right here, again, I think what they could have done is they could have zoomed out. Remember when Goku is charging up the Kamehameha to beam clash with Vegeta, and then you see like all the rocks kind of like rising up? I feel like what they could have done for this is they could have had Vegeta charging this, zoomed out a little bit, and just had some like rocks rising up from the ground. It kind of, maybe they didn't do that because it would have depended on the stage you were in. It really, maybe it like wouldn't have made sense in the Tournament of Power arena or something like that, but that would have really given this a bit of extra, you know, oomph or whatever. But I think this kind of is plain-ish. It does the job because it is the Galick Gun, but it does feel a little rushed. I don't think I'm gonna put this one in great. I think this one is it's probably just like good. Is it good? Let me just see. Orange Piccolo. It's like low good, high decent. I'll probably put it in high decent. It's probably worse than Kid Goku. It's like one under Kid Goku. I'd say it's decent, like high decent. Yeah, that's I think that's a fair place for that. All right, okay, now we're moving into the 6th anniversary characters. Okay, let's go. 6th anniversary characters, let's go. Here we go. This is a big boy animation. Yeah. That looks so good still. Yeah, that's really good. It's definitely an amazing animation. Is it good enough to get through like Fusion Zamasu and the blue Goku and Vegeta? I don't think it's quite as good as the blue Goku and Vegeta. Does it beat Zamasu? I think it probably does. I think I'm gonna have it number 2 here. I think number 2 right now is a good spot for that. I don't think it beats the complexity of this character's LF animation. This character's LF animation was just like almost perfect. But I think this one did a lot of good stuff in it. I think, yeah, it's certainly it's up there. Even when we finish the list, I think it's going to be very, very close to the top here. So really good. 6th anniversary of using Super Vegeta's animations. I remember watching this for the first time and I was blown away by how good it was. And we have Gogeta's, of course. All right, here's where the animation actually starts. So this is probably going to be the animation that I'm most torn on because it is, for all intents and purposes, kind of just a better version of this one, right? It's just a remake of this one. They did add a little bit of improv to the beginning part where he's doing the combo before the Kamehameha, right? This part. This is the same. This part is what they kind of like added here. They did the slow-mo kick, which is cool. Right here. But then, of course, this Kamehameha is literally the same as this. It's just, you know, we're talking about a character from 2020 versus a character from 2024. So yeah, the character from 2024 is going to have better animations, but this one is lacking the Stardust explosion, which is what this one opens with. I feel like just putting it like right in front of the older one is probably fair. Like, I don't know, it would feel really weird putting this under this when it's just an updated version of this, right? So I think just putting this above this and amazing is probably fair. So those are going to be the part 1 6th anniversary units. Let's do part 2. So we have Ultimate Gohan and God Goku after this. God Goku. Alright, here's where the animation starts right here. So there's two shots in that one that I really like. The first one is like right as the actual LF animation starts, and you know that you're getting the LF. I'll pause it. This one right here, where it's him just flying up, you have like the gusts of wind like going against Goku. I think this is a really good shot right here. That punch was pretty cool. This is the part that I think is the weakest of this. It's just like rapid punches in succession. There's kind of like just what I would call like filler animation. Like right here, like this is not, who cares? And then this shot I think is really cool because this I remember being directly from the show when Goku was doing the Kamehameha versus Beerus. This is a nice looking shot right here as well. So I like those two shots. I think there's a little bit of filler in this one, but I think it's a pretty solid animation. I think it is good enough to be like low grade. I think it's probably like right here. Would I put it above Super 17s? I think Super 17s is a little cleaner, a little more cleaned up. So I'd probably have it like here, low grade. It's pretty good, but it's, you know, it's got a little bit of filler in there, but it's got some good shots. I think it's good. All right, Gohan time. Okay. So there's like one frame in here that I think is pretty cool. That I think they did a good job. Like they could have easily messed this frame up where he's like screaming with the Kamehameha. They could have easily made his face look weird or something. Like I think this is a very cool look for Gohan here. But outside of this like one split second frame, I think this is a very underwhelming LF. Like this is not very good. So I'm gonna actually put it in bad. I think it's because like it's not beating any of the ones in decent. It's definitely worse than this. It's probably worse than this. Worse than this. Is it worse than Spirit Bomb Goku? I feel like it's similar because literally this is just a Kamehameha and this is just a Spirit Bomb, but the wind screen on this probably makes it better than this one. Is it better than Kid Buu? Kid Buu, the only redeeming thing about this blue Kid Buu's LF animation is probably the fact that he has the like regeneration part at the end. I'm gonna put it under Kid Buu. I'm gonna put it right here. I think this is where I'd put this. This is not a very good one. I don't think they put a lot of effort into this. It's almost like a generic Kamehameha. It's not very innovative. It's not very good. Okay, Omega Shenron. Let's skip through this. All right, here we go. Yeah, I mean, this is the best animation so far, easily, right? I mean, do I have to like explain this? Like, this is insane. I remember watching this, and I was actually just like floored by this. This is probably one of the longer LF animations in the game, but it's like they got as much stuff in. Like, this is really the only LF animation to me where it kind of feels like they crammed more in here than they even needed to, and they gave us like extra stuff with this character. It is crazy how good that is. I think it's better than these guys, and these guys have a really high bar. I think this guy's better. I think it really, like, this is, if we're looking at 7th anniversary character animations, LF animations, the first character almost I'm going to look at to compare to is Omega. This animation is insane. I think LF Omega Shenron has one of the best animations in the game, easily. Next is Broly, another good one. Yeah, they gave him the rock. Yep. That's just sickening. That is sickening. Hold on. That shot is just so crazy. Like, this looks so good. This is like the most they knew what they were doing when they made this LF animation, because they're like, how can we make this look and feel like Z Broly? This is the Z Broly shot right here. This is really, really good. This is an amazing animation. It really is. I'm gonna put it like right here. I think it's really good, dude. It's probably deserving of like right under Super Vegito. This is so cool. I don't think it beats Vegito's complexity in what he's doing. You have a lot of like slow-mo shots. You have like the lightning. You have the Goku and Vegeta behind him. Like it's not gonna. He doesn't have enough going for him in the animation to beat this. I do think it edges out Fusion Zamasu. Right? I am a pretty big fan of Fusion Zamasu's animations, but like you could tell the difference between this one and this one in this being multiple years newer, right? 3 years newer than this one. And it shows, because this is crazy. And they also gave him a rock, which is cool. Yeah, I'm gonna put him here. I mean, this animation is really, really good. Next is gonna be the Tree of Might Goku. Okay, so this one's hard to really judge, because I think the part where he actually throws the Spirit Bomb and it hits the enemy and like it sends them flying into the air with the lightning, like this is pretty good. It looks really good. This part right here, I do like this part a lot, but I think the part up to that is not very good. Specifically, I don't understand like what they were going for with this. Like, okay, he did the Kaioken, he's tired, and now he's got to do a Spirit Bomb. I think what they should have done is they should have just had this start with like him charging the Spirit Bomb, and I don't know, something happens, because the whole like way that this movie even ends is Goku is basically like he's almost being counted out of the fight against Turles, and it's him charging the Spirit Bomb almost in secret. He's basically charging it in secret, and then he throws it at Turles. Turles' scouter breaks, and then he gets hit by it. So it's almost like a sneak Spirit Bomb attack, and I don't think they did a good job at conveying that in this LF animation. They throw the Kaioken in there. They throw, I don't know. There's a lot crammed in here, but I think the second half of this is pretty good. I think I would probably put this as probably good. I don't think it makes it into great, because the first half of this holds it back. So I'll put it like right here, I think. I don't think it's better than the Blue Kaioken Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta one. Probably like right here below Blue Beast, I guess is what I would do. So that's where I'll put that. Next is Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Okay, so it's kind of like a fun animation. There's one effect that I really liked on here. They did like a triple take when he spikes it. Like you'll see it right here. 1, 2, 3, and it does it 3 times. Has an interesting sound effect. I remember a lot of people pointed that out when this character dropped. Like, oh, the sound effects are kind of interesting, and yeah, they are. The fact that you have one of your teammates come in to set the ball up, I mean, that's something that they did way back in the day for Yellow Gotenks, doing the same ultimate, the Boo Boo Volleyball ultimate. I don't think this is overly interesting or complex, but it's just like, you know, it's decent. And that's why I'm going to put it in decent, I think. So we'll just put it in decent, probably like lower decent. Probably before Evolution Blue Vegeta. I don't really think there's anything wrong with the animations itself, but it probably fits in like lower decent. It's just whatever, it's fine. Maybe somewhere in here. Leave it here for now. We can move it around later. All right, so now we're moving into Legends Fest 2024. We have Transforming Vegito Blue and Rose. Let's see. All right, Vegito. A Heat Dome attack. And then whatever this is. Like the one-handed Kamehameha. I think it's interesting. The one thing that really kind of puts me off of this, and this is probably not a huge deal, is if you notice the line, the voice line, when he does the punch here. Right here. That is just a reused voice line. And when they're doing an LF animation for a major celebration character like VV, when they reuse voice lines, it's really obvious and it takes a lot away from the character. But the actual animation itself, I think this was a cool idea, having like Vegito have his own version of the Heat Dome attack that Trunks does. So they got that in there, and then they just have like a, I don't know what it is, like a one-handed Kamehameha part to finish it off. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it's really cool, but I think it's pretty cool. I actually don't want to put this in great. I think I'm going to put this in good. The fact that they at least innovated a little bit with the animation, I thought was what's going to save this from being in like just decent. It's like probably somewhere in good, top of good, like here, probably above Goku and Bardock. I think the uniqueness of it probably gets it above Goku and Bardock, but I don't think it makes the cut into great. I just don't think it has what it takes. Let's go to Rose now. Yeah, this end part is cool. All right, something I really wish they would have done here, and at this point with how many Rosés we have in the game that have the scythe at some point in their animations, I'm really looking for like innovation when it comes to, I'll show you, I'll pause it. This part right here. How many times have we seen this exact animation? He pulls out the scythe from his hand. We have Ultra Rose who does this. We have Purple LF Rose who does this. And now we have this Rose who does the same thing too. What I would have wanted to see here is maybe change up the way he pulls the scythe out of his hand. Yeah, this is from the series, obviously. But at this point, we have this many characters that have the same animations. We got to start spicing things up a little bit. And so I was really disappointed. I remember when this came out, I was looking at this and I'm like, oh, they could have done something different. They could have just had him pull the scythe out a different way, make a different face, do a different stance. I don't know, like maybe he pulls it out, maybe he puts his hand like on his hip and he pulls it out like a katana or something. I don't know, just have it be different. Just have it be something different, right? It doesn't look bad. I don't think it's bad that they did this, but I just think, you know, for a major celebration character, especially Legends Fest, they could have just, you know, put a little bit more effort into this specifically. But the ending of this is what makes this animation pretty good. This right here, where he's like sending the opponent into the Shadow Realm, basically, right? Into the little hole in the rift. I do think that's a pretty cool touch, but is it like significantly better than Vegito's? I think he could probably push it up into great. It's probably similar like God Goku. I don't think I'd have it up as good as God Goku, but it's like low grade. Probably like right below God Goku, I'd put it. It's pretty good, but I guess I'd say it's just good enough to where I'd say it's great, which is why I'd put it bottom of great. I just wish, you know, when they give us these characters do the same thing over and over and over again, like if we end up getting a new version of like Namek Goku and they do the same thing, I'm going to be pretty harsh on it, because it's at that point it would be like the third time. Okay, next we have part 2, Daima Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Oops, let me remember. Yeah, this is a really good animation. I think everything from the initiation part, where he does like the flips around the screen, this part right here, everything starting from here, like it all looks really good. The one criticism I have for this, and this might be a limitation that they had on the game, and one of the reasons why they might have done the update they did recently with the RAM increase, but you gotta put him on something, right? They had Broly on his like own rock there. This guy's just like backflipping onto nothing. And he's floating. Like obviously in the anime when this happened, he was standing on a rock doing this. And that has an effect on the actual animation itself, because when you do the Kamehameha, it's like tearing parts of the rock off. There's parts of the ground are like eroding away. That would have added a lot to this. Again, I don't know if they intentionally skipped that because they just didn't have the technical limitation space to be able to do that or whatever, but that would have added a lot more to this animation, I think. But even without that, it still looks really good. Like, look at this. He's standing on nothing here. Look at it. Yeah. Something else they could have done here, too, is I feel like there could have been more of like a shockwave in the back of the opponent. Like the legendary finish logo sort of appears here, but then there's nothing going on in the background. I feel like some kind of like shockwave out from the back would have been really cool here, but it's just kind of like nitpicking. It's still a really good animation. Yeah, I mean, this is a top-notch animation. You can tell a lot of work went into that one. I'm putting it in amazing. Where in amazing is it? I feel like it's kind of competing with like Goku and Frieza and 3rd anniversary Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. It's somewhere in here. I don't know exactly where it goes, but I think I would put it probably right before Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's animations are still really good. I don't know. I really like the different combos he does even before the Big Bang Kamehameha. I'll put Goku right there, but this is a pretty high ranking for this Goku. Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Okay, so this is straight diarrhea. I don't know how diarrhea it is. Is it worse than Cell's? Probably not. Cell's is literally a Kamehameha, but this is also literally just a punch. But at least his punch had like animations in there. It's probably top of diarrhea, which is not saying a lot because it's really bad. It's just, you could tell that they put all like the fact that this came out at the same time as this is pretty crazy. It almost feels like they felt like they had to release 2 LFs during part 2 of Legends Fest, and this is like a last minute addition. They're like, oh guys, we need a second character to put into part 2 of Legends Fest. What do we do? And they're like, oh, I don't know, just, you know, Buu Saga Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And what do we do for the LF animation? Oh, what if he just punches the opponent really hard? Like, that's what their idea was for this guy. So yeah, terrible animation. I think there's nothing special at all about this. The animation itself didn't even really look too impressive. It was kind of just an angled punch. He did have a power-up part of this where like there's like the gold cloud around him. That's really like the only semi-redeeming quality of this one for me, but it's pretty bad. It's pretty underwhelming. All right, now we have the 2025 characters, Future Gohan and Trunks. Okay, so I think the windscreen is pretty cool in that character. The one big criticism I have for this unit is when they start off the animation, and it's kind of like Gohan and Trunks banging the enemy around. It really doesn't feel like they're fighting together. It almost feels like, okay, Gohan's attacking, okay, then Trunks is attacking, okay, then Gohan's attacking again. There's no like cooperation here between the two characters, and that kind of, I think, takes away the point of the characters fighting together here. Like, watch this one more time. All right, you got future Gohan going first, then there's Trunks, and then there's Gohan again. Like, they're not actually attacking the opponent together at the same time. It doesn't really feel like their attacks are integrated with one another. It kind of just feels like Gohan, then Trunks, then Gohan, and then they do the Masenko. The end part of this is the stronger part of this animation. Like, this right here, I think is pretty cool. The dual Masenko into the windscreen, which I do like. This angle is pretty good, but this is also just the Goku and Bardock angle, right? It's like pretty much the same thing. Yeah, the windscreen is cool. I don't really think it's anything too crazy. I'm probably just going to put it in decent. It's probably better than Vegeta, the Gallic Gun. Is it better than Kid Goku? Kid Goku's like a strong lead of decent, right? Kid Goku, like if you're better than Kid Goku, you're probably good. So is it really better than Kid Goku? I'm probably going to put it here. Again, I feel like they could have done more in the first half of it. The second half, while it was good, it wasn't good enough to push it up, I think, into this next category. So I'm just going to put it here. Okay, who's next? It's Zamasu. Yeah, this is a good one. Something I really like about this animation a lot is when he's pushing the, whatever this is called, the light of judgment or whatever. When he's pushing this down, you have like the wind and the air kind of like gushing off of it, and when it goes to zoom into Zamasu's face, it shows the actual like gusts of wind pushing against him right here. Like you could see it behind him and up again. Like this is a really cool way to add an extra layer of impactfulness to this animation. It really does look a lot better. I think it's just because of that. And the reason why I'm critiquing all these other animations so harshly is because you can clearly, like, imagine this animation without this, right? Imagine if this animation didn't have this, but imagine if like other animations, like what are some of the ones we've shown already? Like imagine if Vegito Blue, his animation implemented some kind of like gust of wind background pushing against, like it would look a lot better. I think something like this does enhance the quality of animations quite a bit. And then this part as well. This like part where he pushes it in with it, this does look really good. I think the contrast between like just like the pure white against the yellow in the background really does look good. I'm gonna rank this pretty highly. I think they did a really good job with Zamasu. He's gonna be like top of great, I think. Like it's really high. Probably like over here. Better than Majin Vegeta. Better than Dragon Fist. Yeah, it's pretty good. Is it good enough to be an amazing? I don't think so, just because it's still just like one kind of like attack here that he just pushes in. There's no real like super complex combos or lead into it. It's kind of just him throwing it down, but it is a really well executed animation, I think. Next is going to be the Cell Games Goku. How much do I like this? There's a few parts of this that are cool. Like the spinning kick thing I think is cool. Let's rewind a little bit. This kick right here I think is pretty cool. And then the other part that I'm kind of disappointed in is the actual Kamehameha itself. So here, I think they could have done one of two things. We saw this with Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks animation, where he hits the ball, he spikes the Boo Boo volleyball, and it does like a triple take of it. They could have done something like that here, where like Goku fires the Kamehameha, and then it like kind of like replays it twice. I think they would have actually added a lot to this. Or what they could have done is they could have done a slow-mo here. But instead, it's kind of just like, okay, instant transmission, Kamehameha, boom, it's over, right? It doesn't really feel like a lot of effort was put into like the actual shock value part of the animation, which is the fact that he instant transmissions in front of the opponent. It's okay. I don't really think this is really anything special. It's probably just good, like low good, I would say. I think the spin kick is cool. But yeah, it's probably like low good. Like here, somewhere. It's just fine. Don't really think it's anything lower or higher. All right, so now we got Daima stuff. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Let's go. That is a really good animation, man. That's certainly an amazing animation. I don't know where it's gonna go. It really kind of reminds me of like Broly's in terms of the actual quality of it. I think I'd probably put it above Broly's, but probably doesn't beat Super Vegito. It's really good. I love the fact that they incorporate the ground in this. This is like a trend we see with a lot more of the modern animations, where they're starting to incorporate a lot of the environment into the animations. And hopefully with this update, they start to do that actually with like more of just not even LF animations, but more of the game in general. But yeah, the part where he just like punches them into the ground, like that's a crazy part. Look at this. Like we're kind of in the ground here. Like you can kind of see it in the back. Yeah, look at this. And then he punches through the ground. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to capture the way that Vegeta was beating Goma up. And he actually does send Goma through the floor of the arena that he created. I think there's really nothing that I can really critique about this one. It just looks really good. Even the way he powers down after that is really well done. I don't really see a fault with this at all. I just don't think it looks as cool as like Super Vegito's or Omega's, right? I don't know. It's a really well done animation. I don't really have any negative things to say about it. All right, next we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Oh, what? The hell? Okay. No, the animation's in here, right? Just want to make sure. Okay. Okay. I don't know why he even why did he even include this? Why did he include that part? What? Okay, anyway. Yeah, this is the best animation in the game. I mean, I don't think anybody's surprised by this, right? I would say, like, I almost want to make another tier above this just for Goku. Like, it is that good. There's a lot I could talk about with this one, but I don't think there's a need to. I don't know. Something I actually really like about this animation that I don't know if people are gonna love or hate, but there's this one sound effect that he does right here where he like clenches his fist. It kind of sounds like an anvil being hammered. It's really cool. I don't know where did they come up with this. It actually is like one of my favorite parts of this animation. Yeah, right there with like the lightning. Dude, look at this shot. Everything just looks so good. They really nailed this Goku. Like, it's pretty crazy. And I think the fact that this is such high quality really does speak to the fact that they probably had prior knowledge of this coming, because there's no way this Goku debuted in like February and they have this ready to go when they put this character out at the end of March, like a month later. I don't think they had enough time to do this. If they just found out about Goku having this form and what the animations were going to be right as it aired, there's no way they'd be able to come up with this in that short amount of time. I don't think so. Yeah, this is the peak animation in the game right now. I don't think anybody would argue against this. This close-up, the fact that they actually have in-game music stopped when this happens is crazy as well. Like, the aesthetics of this character, like, nothing is going to beat this. Hopefully something in the 7th anniversary comes close or does beat it, but as of right now, there's nothing in the game that beats this. And I don't even really think there's much of an argument here. Like, Omega, I love Omega's animations. He's not touching this guy. I might just make like an untouchable tier for now. Maybe there's gonna, what I'll do for the untouchable tier is this is only gonna exist if there's clearly one animation that's like head and shoulders above the rest of the game. If that doesn't exist, like maybe we get a 7th anniversary character that's like pretty comparable to this Goku in terms of animations. If that's the case, I'll just delete the tier and we'll have both of them in amazing. But if there's gonna be one character that's just like pretty significantly above the rest of the game, I'll put them in untouchable tier by themselves. I really don't think there's anything that touches this Goku. I love Super Vegeta's animations. 2021 Blue Goku and Vegeta have crazy good animations for their time. I love Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's animations, Broly, but they're not, no one is touching this. It's like it's not even close to me. It's just, this guy's so much better than everyone else's. All right, so now we have Dragon Ball character animations. Demon King Piccolo. Waited 7 years for this. First thing I'll just say is I like the pose he does. That's what he goes to, like I'll kill you in 5 seconds, the Goku. Okay, so yeah, there's clearly a lot of stuff they could have done better with this one. One of the big points of criticism I have about this one is when he does the finger, like, lightning stuff. This right here. They could have done this so much better. This is like, they could have had lightning emanating from him. Like, this kind of reminds me of the final flash of Vegeta LF, where I mentioned they could have had like the lightning flashes that like shoot out from Vegeta. Basically the same thing happens with Demon King Piccolo, and they don't do that with this character either. That's a big thing. I think they probably could have done a little bit more with the environment too. It kind of just feels like he shoots the, I think it's the destructive wave is what the name of the attack, the English of the attack is. He fires the destructive wave out and it creates the mushroom cloud, but it almost just feels like he shoots it off screen and then the camera just pans into the mushroom cloud instead of him actually like creating the explosion. So, I think it doesn't look bad, but, you know, even with me, as much as I love this character, I feel like I have to just put this in decent. It's like here. It's like, I don't know, somewhere in decent. Like below UI. Or like right there. It's okay. And that to me is just the essence of what decent means, right? All right, the last one we have to look at is Kid Goku.
ガキめ、やっとくたばったか。
容赦しねえぞ。いやだおめえだけは許さねえ。
Here's where the LF animation starts right here.
つりゃいやオラのすべてをこの剣に貫け。やったぞみんな。
Okay, so I like the windscreen. I think this is a good windscreen. Obviously, the shot of him, like this part. Obviously, this looks really good. I like the fact that they improvised with a different angle to sort of differentiate this Goku. Like, this is what I'm talking about with, like, Rose, with him pulling the scythe out of his hand. Like, this is the kind of thing they have to do with characters where they've already used the animation before. We, of course, already have the Legends Road free-to-play Yellow Kid Goku, who's had, like, the, you know, like the Grade 8 punch animation. But this is a good way of having a different perspective on the same animation because we have a different angle here. Goku is sort of like projecting, and that's almost like a 3D effect. I think this does look pretty nice. In terms of the beginning part of the animation, I feel like they, I don't know, maybe could have done something a little bit different with the Nimbus Cloud. The Nimbus Cloud for me has kind of become almost like the curse for Kid Goku characters, because every time we get a new Kid Goku, he's always going to be riding Nimbus because we're always in the air in this game. And I think it kind of does hurt this character a little bit in terms of the animations. Like, hold on. Like, he kind of just shoots Nimbus away here. I don't know. I feel like they could have at least had him jump off of Nimbus and then do the Kamehameha to shoot himself up. I don't know. It's fine. I think the animations are good. I don't really have a huge issue with anything in this animation because it is what Kid Goku does to Demon King Piccolo, right? There's nothing super fancy about this. There's no like lightning and explosions because this is before DBZ. So I'm going to put it in probably low grade. I think the projection of the Great Ape head looks pretty good. But yeah, does it beat out Rose? It's probably like here, honestly, low grade. I don't think it's anything better than that. So those are going to be all of the new LFs that we have not ranked yet. What I'll do now is I'll probably just take a quick look through all these tiers. There is quite a bit of adjusting I want to make with a lot of the characters that were placed in the last video because it's been about a year and a half since that. So let me just see here. I like this guy in Untouchable. Yep. Amazing tier. Omega, really good. Really good. Good. I really do like the Zamasu's animations a lot. We could just take a quick look at this. He was 3rd anniversary. Let's see. Where is he? Right here. Corrupted Fusion Zamasu. This part right here is so, like, I don't know why I find this so cool. It's like a samurai, you know, like those like stereotypical like samurai showdowns where like both the samurais do like a running slash at each other and then one of them like gets cut in half. That's kind of what that reminds me of. I think it's just super cool. I don't know if maybe if it doesn't deserve to be an amazing or like this high up in amazing. Maybe we could put this like lower amazing. Maybe I was being too biased there for Zamasu, but yeah, Zamasu, I do like his animations a lot. I'm gonna move him down a little bit. I don't know why I have this guy super high here. I think it was probably just because it was like the first ever LF animation that was not something that was taken directly from the series. Right, Vegito does. In the series he only ever uses the Spirit Sword with one hand, but in the LF animation he just combines them. I think it's called like the Spirit Excalibur or whatever. That's what they call it here. I'm gonna move him down. I don't think he deserves to be an amazing. Let's put him probably in great because I think it is still really cool. Let's put him like here. I think it's probably fair. Before the Great Ape characters. This character I already talked about. Really good. Good. Great tier. I really do like Full Power Freezes. We could take a look at his animations, but I really do like his. Not biased at all, by the way. Let's see. They get a lot into this animation, which is what I like the most about it. Yeah. The best part about this is how many references to the fight they put in this. I'm actually surprised they were willing to put this much into this animation. The reason why is because they could have just made this a second character, right? So let's just see here. So they put the Nova Strike in here. This combo is what he does to Goku when he first goes full power. Right here. This attack he does to Goku right before he does like this freezes blue card is like the giant death ball. This is the attack he does to Goku right before he does the giant death ball. And then of course this attack he does to Goku right before he gets angry Kamehameha. So they put a lot of references to the fight in here, and that's why I think they put a lot of effort into this character and he deserves to be here. Majin Vegeta's is fine. This character's LF is really good, really good. Trunks, not a very good character, and he kind of got done dirty on his Zenkai too, but I think the animation is cool. Main reason why is because I like the way they do the split screen from the perspective of the opponent. I think it is a really interesting way to do that. This character's fine. Yep, good, good. This character's really cool because they have like the zoom out into the, like he goes into his chair. They put the chair into the animation, and then they do the zoom out into the supernova. I think this character, yeah, definitely deserving of being in great, I think. Talked about you. This is definitely the one character I'd move down. If we take a look at this animation, this is, I mean, it's the first ever LF animation. It looks really outdated. It really does. Let's see, go back here. Let's see. Yeah, this needs to be redone. There's no windscreen. He's walking like, sure. I mean, this is, yeah. There's no way. I think the reason why I put this in great last time is probably because I was accounting for the time when he dropped. But if we're actually going to be directly comparing this Gohan's animations to the rest of the game, I mean, this is like decent. It's like here. It's like, I don't know. It's somewhere in decent. It's like probably next Evolution Blue Vegeta, somewhere in there. The rest of Great Tier, the Gammas, I feel like maybe we could actually move up a little bit. The Gammas have a really cool windscreen. I'll move them here, right above the Great Ape characters. I think the Gammas have really good animations. Talked about you. We did not look at this, but it's just literally Fusion Reborn Super Gogeta, which is cool. Good, 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 good. Yeah, bottom of great for this character, I think, is fine. Bardock's, I think people aren't going to like me having Bardock in good, but there are definitely a few issues with this. I think it's just, you know, top of good is fair for him. Good, good. Sort of Hope is fine there. Yup. Yeah, we talked about you already. You. These guys, I think people look at this character as like just generally a character with good animations. My issue with these guys' LF animation is literally the fact that it is just a Kamehameha, and that's it. There's really nothing interesting about it other than the preparation mode to get into the LF animation, but the actual LF animation itself is really just basic. The cool part about this character, and I think the part that saves them from being in just decent or even bad, is the windscreen being like the split screen between Goku and Vegeta. I think that's a really cool effect they put in there. But yeah, this character I don't really think is a spectacular actual LF animation. Talked about you. Beerus's is cool because he has like the finger thing where he expands it. I think that's a cool touch. Cell's is just, you know, bottom of good. I think it's fair for him. Good. My issue, yeah, this is going to be one that I think people disagree with. Let's go look at Red UI Goku's animations. Let's go look at UI Goku's animations. Come on, load. We get a bonus look at the androids first, I guess. This one is good. Like decent to good. Alright, here we go.
全力で
All right, my major issue. What do you guys think the issue is with that? His punches feel like they have actually zero weight behind them at all. And also this close-up, I think, is really bad. Am I crazy? Does that not look bad to anybody else? Like, he looks like a 1999 like game sprite here with like his. Look how fast his expression changes. Look at this. Look at this, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on him, but like I think we're gonna get an Ultra UI Goku probably for the 7th anniversary, and it's gonna look so good. Like this is gonna look like a trash. I don't think this is trash, but it's going to look trash probably in comparison to what we're gonna get. I'm not gonna move him out of here. I think he deserves to be here. And then he kind of just like the win screen here is him just appearing on the screen, and there's no sound at all. Look at this. Yeah, look at it. He's just like, what? What is that? Hold on. This uppercut has zero impact. Watch this. This punch right here. It doesn't even make a sound almost. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that animation. Talked about you. Yours is just fine. I mean, it's the Angry Kamehameha. It was like a kind of a unique way to do it with the counter blue. Orange Piccolo's is kind of just decent. Coolers, unfortunately, is just decent. You have an issue with like the animation of the character model itself looking weird. I remember looking at this. I mean, we don't have to go back and look at this, but this is a very... it's just like there's like a weird sequence in Evolution Blue Vegeta's final explosion where it's like the character model starts like vibrating and his neck looks weird. Like it's very noticeable and it's pretty bad. But other than that, it's fine. So I put him in decent instead of bad. Talked about you. These guys are just kind of generic. Gotenks we talked about. Just looked at yours and everything else. I mean, I don't really need to go into too much detail about any of the other ones. I don't like any of the ones in Awful, obviously. This guy is like a copy and paste animation. Jiren's we could maybe move up a little bit. I feel like I was maybe a little bit too harsh on Jiren. The reason why I put him so low is because it just drags on forever. Full power Jiren. Forward past Bardock. All right, Jiren. All right, here is where the start of the animation is. Look how long this is. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like he does anything worthy of being out of Awful. I don't know. Like, is he? Maybe he's bad. Like, I don't know. Is that better than It's probably better than GT Spirit Bomb, huh? Probably like right here. We can move him up to bad before LF17. Yours is weird because you're backflipping on nothing. Let's watch Revival Super Saiyan 2 Gohans again. Back a little bit. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, yeah. Right here. Yeah, okay, so the reason why it's there, the windscreen is the best part about this by far. The reason why I have this so low, it's like literally bottom of Awful, is because every single part of this is reused. It's not like Dragon Fist where like, oh, you know, they reuse part of it, but then like the actual execution of the animation, like the second half is like crazy good. Every single part of this is reused. This is all yellow Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's animations. This is that animation. This is the animation. And then like a little bit of this is new. And then it's just a screen going white and legendary finish. That's the animation. Yeah, and then this is obviously the only thing that's not like reused, but yeah, it's not even like this character doesn't even have his own animations. It's literally all reused, all copy and pasted. So I feel pretty good about this list right now. I think what I'll do is I'll probably save the list, and then I'll probably revisit this maybe before Legends Fest. Maybe we could do this, we could make this a series where before major celebrations we come back and update the list here, but I feel pretty good about this. You guys can let me know if you disagree with any of the placements on here. Obviously it's going to be subjective because it's kind of just evaluating art, right? It's what this is. That's what animations are. It's kind of like the OST tier list I did, where people are getting super mad about it, where it's like at the end of the day, it just comes down to what you like and what you don't like. But let me know what you guys think. We're about to head into the 7th anniversary, and I'm hoping we get some stuff that goes into Amazing at least. I'll see you guys in the next one.